Hello again, everybody. Sci-Fi Guy 86 back once more for Let's Build Episode 2 of Season 2. So last time I was talking about how I construct this street here. It's layered carpets and signs in between for the lines and some sewers in the walkway area and median with some light posts coming off. One thing that I did add that I didn't talk about though is these street lights. Now, I like to just have one color wool. Some people like to do red, yellow, and green. I like to do just the one because all three of them are not on at the same time. They're all alternating between them. So I choose which one I want to be on red and which one I want to be on green, and that's how I'll do it. And if I want to put any cars at the light, like on the street, then I'll put them at the red light because it makes it seem like they're still waiting to turn. Alright, anyway, so last episode I mentioned that I'm probably going to go ahead and focus this episode on a skyscraper. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, first off, when building a skyscraper, you have to decide what materials you want to use. Some of my favorite materials when building skyscrapers specifically is quartz and ice and black wool. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and build very basic. Like I said, I'm probably going to go ahead and go with a very square building here. So let's go ahead and start building it. Now, first off, what I like to do is build the frame. Now, the frame can be pretty much whatever size you really want it to be, but really what it depends on is the amount of floors you want to put into it. A skyscraper is going to be a certain amount of floors. So 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. Cool. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now we're on our third floor here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fourth floor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fifth floor. 1, 2, 3. Sixth floor. Seventh floor. Eighth floor. Ninth floor. 10th floor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more. Oh. How did I manage that? There we go. One more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Cool. So now we've got the full size, or at least the height of this building. I'm probably just going to build a very simple building, like I said. This one's probably just going to be, we'll start with a very simple apartment building. How about that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Something I like to do is make sure that either it's going to be a square or a rectangle pretty much right from the beginning. And I like to make sure that every building I build has parking spaces for it. That's definitely a big part of a city, also the street, obviously, because I started with the street. So this one I'm going to make rectangular. So I'm going to go for about a 15 width. 1, 2, 3, actually on the inside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And then cut across this way, all the way back, because this is going to be a rectangular building. Now, there are advantages to rectangular buildings because it's not a square. You're not tempted to make all the sides exactly the same. What that means is that you could like change up what happens on each side. What I'll do to do that is simple balconies or patios or kind of thing. Just to change it up. And I'll probably do each floor with 2 apartments. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Oops. Probably too many. Anyway, let's go ahead and come back down here. All the way up. There we are. Now, what I like to do is decide how I'm going to design my build here. Now, there's a lot of things you can do. You can do a very basic flat wall and just change the colors of the blocks. But I like to take it a step further and actually make a little bit of a different shape going on in here. And I'll show you what I mean momentarily. Oops. Not there. Not there. Okay, so I'm going to build one floor at a time just so you can kind of see what I'm doing. Alright, so I've got this kind of outer outline kind of thing going on, and then there's this interior wall here, and it just adds that layer of depth. Okay, but I'm even going to take it one step further. Except I don't think I want to put windows right on the corner because that makes it awkward. Alright, so from here you have to figure out how big do you want your windows. Okay, and what I like to do is tall and skinny windows. So something like that. That worked out quite nice. We've got 3 on each space, and then all we've got to do is fill in all this with ice. And it makes it look like big glass windows with no lines or streaks or anything like that, just big building glass windows. Okay, so that'll be pretty simple to build. This is the simple side, so that's good that that's simple. I'm going to change it up on the other side though, so let's go ahead and build the outline for that. Alright, so we'll go down here and build all these floors probably to be the exact same as what's going on the top here, but I'm going to go ahead and start at the top, and honestly I should probably finish this real quick. There we go. Start at the top and do something very similar to what I just did. Okay, so what that means is I'm going to want to bring this all the way across, like so. Kind of ties in the same style, but I'm going to change it up. Alright, so all the way up, and this needs to go all the way across. Alright, now I was saying I want it to be roughly 2 apartments per floor, and it looks like that should be very feasible. So I'm going to go ahead and start with this, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, and see what the middle point might be. Oh, well, that doesn't help things. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now we've got our midpoint. Now the midpoint needs to go just like so, so that we've got 2 little squares going on. Now, something else about the midpoint, it's 2 in this one, so I don't really like that. Kind of want to make it 1. Yeah, it'll make it prettier if I make it 1. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and shorten this down. Well, no, then the 3's would go away. The 3's are going to have to go away anyway. So let's go like so. Like so. Don't mind me, I'm just kind of figuring out how I have to do this. It's a process of designing a building, and I try to build them all unique each time to where it's not too boring for anybody that actually follows my builds, and also not too boring for me to build it. I mean, I really enjoy Minecraft, but if I build the exact same thing over and over, I'm going to get bored just like anybody else might. So, okay, so let's go ahead and look at this. Needs to change. Alright, so now we've got a nice place right here to stick in a door, with the two big windows on either side, smaller window above, but a nice spot for a door there. And one last thing that I would like to do is add one last little support beam, I guess, right here. Bring that all the way down. Okay. Alright, so now we've got to duplicate what I did on this side over here, and that's not too hard to do. The only downside is that now I have to move this thing in a little bit. Oh, nope. I need to skip it out one more, because I missed one. There we go. Alrighty, so all the way down like that, all the way down like that, down like that, there, there. Alright, so much of Minecraft is just how much time do you want to put into a map. I mean, people ask me all the time, how do you make these crazy things you make, or how do you build this? How do you have the time for this? You know, honestly, a little bit of time every day. I mean, I don't even have a lot of time. I spend a lot of time in school, but I'm spending some time today recording some Let's Build because I have a little bit of extra time because I got ahead of my homework. And I'm pretty excited about that fact, because it's nice to be able to play a game that you love, especially a game like Minecraft where there's endless possibilities. You can make it whatever you want it to be every time. It can be different. Okay, so we're going to actually get rid of this because I want it to be one skinnier so that this will work the way I want it to. That is, so that it'll be a odd width. Okay, so we're going to go all the way back up like this. Alright. And then the only other thing I need to get rid of is these guys and these guys. Okay. So at this point what I would do is literally just continue that same design. Well, I'm almost done with the patio, so hold on. Let me finish the patio first. But then I will continue the same design all the way across the building. Skyscrapers are just a lot of repetition, coming up with a design that you like and then just repeating that design over and over and over again. Many floors of it. The taller the better. I'm only doing 10 floors here, so this is actually kind of a small one. But it'll do the job. Cool. So now, do the stairs on either side, just like so. And then I like to put iron bars. But as you can see, there's something goofy going on over here. So what I'll do is I'll just block it in with another block right there. But now we've got a nice little patio for these people. Nice little patio, something simple, nothing too crazy. Nice and simple. I'll actually go ahead and add in one last little detail here, I think, just because I think it would be a good detail to have. And you know, I think that might be too tall, so I'm going to change that only slightly. And I'm guessing you know what I'm probably going to do. Some carpet right over the top of this, just like so. And it adds it to where it's not so tall that somebody can't stand there and look over. But it still has a nice little top design to that little bar there. Okay. So, at this point, like I said, it would just be a matter of stamping this design and that design down. But what I'm going to do is work on the inside of this floor here, so you can kind of see more or less what I might make it look like. Okay, so first of all, like I said, 2 apartments. So we have an apartment on either side of this building. And right in the middle, which would be the best place to separate them, is the hallway and the stairway. Now the stairway can be a number of designs, but for something as tall as this, I actually prefer to use water elevators. Stairways can be tedious if they're not in a straight line. So yeah, I like to use water elevators. So what I'm going to do is set that up. Now, one thing that I'll do to set that up, pretty simple. Just build a little space for it, pretty much. Where do I want this thing to pour from, as well as where do I want you to get out of it on this floor. So, kind of like an elevator hub, so to speak. Alrighty. So, this is where it might get just a matter of preferences. I like using some kind of decoration here, so that when you're coming up you can see a little bit different color and be like, oh look, I've arrived at my destination, yay! But I also like to put in some upside down stairs here, just to break up the monotony of down here when you're looking up. It looks a little cooler, I like it. But yeah, I'll repeat that pattern up here. Go ahead and put these guys first. And then put this, and this, and this, and this. Now, on the very top, I'm probably going to be using slabs for most of the roof. So I'm just going to go ahead and put those across this like so. And the last thing I need for my water elevator, at least the top part, is the water elevator itself, the water itself. So at the very bottom of this thing, I'm going to need to put in a little box around the water. Alright, so just a place that looks something like it did up on top. So we've got the floral design in the floor, but this time underneath there won't be anything, so I'm going to go ahead and block that off. Cool. Honestly, I like to put in underneath here, I do like to put in something. Just one of those. It lights it up, makes it nice. When you're looking down, you see the light at the end of the tunnel. But yeah. So, that is that. What I would do at this point is design the apartment itself. So, let's see here. We're going to want some kind of living area, probably coming off of the main doorway. The main doorway itself will probably be, I'm going to use a different color for the interior walls. There's white wool. Okay, so white wool for the interior color. So we've got the doorway all the way here at the end of the hallway. Alright, and on top we'll go ahead and do that. Now the floor here, I'm just using this as like a design. Also, if anybody were to look in here, they could kind of see the brace or the structure of the building and how it's kind of being held up. Okay, so more or less this is kind of the dividing of this thing. We've got like 3/3 here. This back end, what I'm going to do is split it into a bedroom and a bathroom. And I'm thinking right here we're going to split this into maybe we'll split that like that. And so we've got kitchen and dining room and bedroom and, or no, bathroom and bedroom. And then living room. Okay. So at this point, whoops, I'll just pull another block of quartz out of my inventory. White wool all the way across the floor, just where the floors are going to be. I'm actually going to be replacing a lot of this color probably, but we'll see what happens. For now, we're just going to put white wool. Okay. Alrighty. So we're going to need more windows for this end over here, except this end is going to be slightly different than that end because this end actually doesn't have the little balcony in the same place. It needs to be by the bedroom. So the bedroom's going to be right here. So let's go ahead and figure that out. First off, let's go ahead and put this in here. Okay. And then balcony on the outside needs to come like so. Okay. All the way across like so. And actually we're getting close to the end of the episode here. I'll probably finish this build, or at least this floor, by the next episode, and I might have more floors to do in the next episode. But yeah, that's the start of my skyscraper. If you can imagine it, that'll just get stamped all the way down on every level. And then I'll start working on the parking lot. But yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody. Stay tuned for Let's Build Episode 3. I'll probably be releasing it here in a couple days. Thanks for watching. See you next time.